Thomas and Friends, making tracks to great destinations.
Dear Christopher, here is your friend Thomas the Tank Engine. He wanted to come out of his station yard and see the world. These stories tell you how he did it. I hope you will like them because you helped me to make them. Your loving Daddy.
The island also has lots and lots of railway lines. Who's that puffing down the track? It's Thomas! Hello, Thomas! Hello, everybody! Welcome to the island of Sodor.
Today on the island of Sodor, we'll see Thomas collecting some toys for the children. Then see what happens when Arthur wants to collect some fish. Then have some fun with Rheneas and Skarloey. But first, Thomas is very busy. Thomas has 3 different toys to deliver, and there are 3 different groups of children waiting for them. There is a freight car with a scooter, a freight car with a teeter-totter, and a freight car with a ball and goalposts. First, Thomas is going to take a toy to the platform with one child. Which toy should he take? The ball and the goalposts? No, you can't play that game on your own. What about the teeter-totter? No, you need 2 for a teeter-totter. What about the scooter? Is that good for one child? Let's see. Yes, the scooter is just right for one child. Now, Thomas is going to take a toy to the platform with a group of children. Which one should he take? The teeter-totter? A teeter-totter is fun for 2 children, but not for a group of children. What about the ball and goalposts? Yes, there are enough children to make 2 teams. Just right for a game with a ball and 2 goals. Now Thomas has 1 more toy to deliver, and 2 children left to take it to. Is a teeter-totter fun for 2 children? Yes, a teeter-totter is lots of fun for 2 children. Thomas has delivered all the toys, and all the children are happy. Well done, Thomas. Something fishy. Arthur loves working on the island of Sodor. He is new to the railway and is still learning his way around. One morning, he discovered the fishing village. The sun made the water sparkle, and the seagulls called across the harbor. This was Arthur's favorite place. That evening, Sir Topham Hatt came to the sheds.
There's going to be a new line to the fishing village. I have to decide which engine shall run it.
He paused impressively. Thomas and Percy looked away. They had enough work to do. Arthur hoped he would be chosen.
Thomas, you will work on the new line.
Yes, sir, said Thomas, but he really didn't like the smell of fish. Arthur was disappointed. Sir Topham Hatt sent him to haul coal to the steelworks. That evening, Thomas was at the washdown when Arthur puffed in.
Do I smell a fishy engine? He teased.
Yes, huffed Thomas. Silly fish, smelly new line. Arthur wished he could go to the fishing village instead of the steelworks. He'd be much happier than Thomas. The next morning, Thomas was still grumpy. The fishermen had caught lots of fish. Hurry up, said Thomas. I'm a busy engine.
And a fussy one, too, said the fisherman. Just enjoy the fresh, salty smell of the fish.
P.U., puffed Thomas. Thomas steamed as fast as he could along the line. But there was trouble ahead. Some faulty points sent his freight cars one way and Thomas onto the old pier rail. Whoa! The troublesome trucks were delighted.
He's falling in the water!
Luckily, Thomas wasn't hurt, and the fish freight car stayed on the tracks. When Sir Topham Hatt heard the news, he checked his timetable.
Arthur is the nearest engine. I'll send him right away.
It was a hot day. The ice that was keeping the fish cold started to melt. I hope someone comes quickly, moaned Thomas. That fish will spoil soon. Arthur was surprised to see Thomas in the tidal pool. Are you all right, Thomas? No, but I'll be much better when you take these fish away. The breakdown van will be here soon, called Arthur's driver. Arthur knew he had to hurry. He raced along the line to the docks and arrived there just in time. Later, Arthur went to see Thomas at the fitter's yard. Thank you for helping me, said Thomas. Thank you, said Arthur. I wish I had the fishing village line all the time. Well, please tell Sir Topham Hatt, because I don't like fish. That evening, Sir Topham Hatt came to the sheds.
I need an engine to go to the fishing village while Thomas is being repaired, he said. Any volunteers?
Me, Arthur blurted out. And please, sir, may I run on that line all the time? Thomas doesn't like fish, but I do.
Then the line is yours, said Sir Topham Hatt.
Arthur was delighted. The next morning, he puffed into the fishing village right on time. The smell of fish was everywhere, but he was sure he had the most beautiful line on the island of Sodor. Thomas has several loads today. First, he must take a load of eggs to the village. There are 2 tracks Thomas could take. One track is long and flat. The other track is bumpy. Thomas knows that eggs break easily. Which route do you think he should take? Yes, the long, flat track. It's much safer for moving the eggs. Thomas is taking care. Now Thomas has a load of chickens to take to the farm. There are 2 tracks Thomas could take. He could take the fast main line, or he could take the slower branch line. Thomas knows that chickens get frightened if they are moved too quickly. Which track do you think he should take? Yes, the slow branch line. It's much better for moving the chickens. Thomas is taking care. Now Thomas has to take this sailboat to the harbor. There are 2 tracks Thomas could take. He could take the windy track along the cliffs. Or he could take the still, calm track through the valley. Thomas knows the sailboat could tip over in a high wind. Which track do you think he should take? Yes, the still, calm track through the valley is much safer from moving the sailboat. Thomas is taking care. Thomas knows being a really useful engine is being a really careful engine.